Hello, fellow Porsche Boxster fans. Welcome back to my build on my 2001 Porsche Boxster. So, in my initial video, I told you guys about some things that needed to be done to the car to kind of get it back into decent condition. And one of the things I didn't even show on the previous video was the interior. And you can see these are the seats that came out of the car. As you can see, they are completely shot, and for the money it would cost to refurbish them, just not worth it, especially when more than likely there were replacements available in the secondhand market at a far more reasonable cost. And that's what I did. So let me pan quickly over here because I don't want to give away some of the other things that I've done yet. And here is a shot, rather, of the black leather seats that I installed. As you can see, they are in very, very good condition. One thing that I did do to get them to look as good as they look is that I bought some leather dye and went over them, and they came out quite nice. Now, as you can see as I pan out, one of the things that I had a little concern about was my wheels. I thought they were drab, and I didn't like the fact that they were 19s. So I decided to do something kind of bold. I was looking on the internet for wheel options. It came across I believe it was a 911 GT3 that had these really amazing bronze wheels on them. Similar in design to these, maybe a little bit more open in design, but similar. And I thought, and it was a seal gray, because I was obviously looking up seal gray Porsches as I was doing my Google search. And I thought, wow, that combination's not something I see every day, but to my eye, it looked good. Now, unfortunately for me, and maybe not unfortunately, as it turns out, as I started to prep the wheels and did the initial spray on them, the color, as indicated on the little color guide, as well as the lid or top to the spray can, indicated that the gold, not gold, that the bronze was indeed bronze, and it was a more muted color. As I started spraying, however, to me it looks more like a muted gold. So having started, I finished it, and although I don't think it's terrible, I'm not necessarily settled on the color. I've had pretty positive reactions, though, to the car as I'm driving about, and my 21-year-old daughter told me, "It looks awesome, Dad." That's a quote from her. She's going to kill me for that. Sorry for the mimicry, daughter. But anyway, so I'm going to leave them as they are for now. I have ordered another set of a more muted color closer to the bronze that I was going for initially, and we will see ultimately what I decide to do. Now, the next big thing that I was really excited about doing was changing out the headlights. Look at my previous video if you want to see the condition of the other ones. They weren't terrible as old fried egg headlights go. However, these are such a vast improvement. The one thing that's nice about this particular aftermarket set is they are more of a less flashy interior design. So they actually go with the seal gray better than I could have hoped for. I did not realize when I went to go and buy them that they would have this sort of matte black interior to the light housing, which goes so well with my car. I really could not have hoped for anything better. I did change out the corner lenses for the smoked LED type interior light on the LED lens, so that I think goes well with the new headlights. And I'm going to move back a little bit so you can see what they look like. I think because the headlights are so large on these cars, I think that that just transforms the look of the car. The car looks a lot newer than it actually is. I think looking at the car now, unless you really know Porsche design, you would not necessarily guess that this is a 20 plus year old Porsche. And yeah, it almost looks like a factory look on these. They came out really, really nicely. I could not have hoped for more. And on top of that, I got them at half the price that you see these headlights being sold for on eBay and various other websites. I'm not sure how the individual I purchased it from is able to sell them so cheaply, but I didn't ask a whole lot of questions. I showed up. I didn't take cash. I showed up with Zelle just to be safe. Well, I inquired if he accepted Zelle to be on the safe side. He said he did. And that's what I went with. And transaction was completed. And I got out of there after inspecting what was in the box. And I'm very, very, very happy. One of the other things that I had to do was the trunk lid. So, taking advantage of the used parts market, rather, I actually located a really nice guy on Facebook Marketplace who has a, oh my God, a Porsche lover's dream, or at least a Boxster lover's dream collection of cars. I drove up to, he lives in the upper, I guess I could say mountain area of the Inland Empire, Hesperia, I think it's called. And this guy has, I don't know, 10 to 12 various, Boxster S's and a couple of 911s. And I even saw an Audi or two up there. And he had a bunch of spare parts. And so I bought the seat. Did I get the seats from him? No. I got the, sorry, my finger again. I got the trunk lid and the black carpet mats. I was trying to think of what else I got from him. And the carpet mats from him for a grand total of $150, which I think was a good deal. Now, one thing that I always have done in the past on my cars is take off the Boxster lettering and put on the Porsche lettering. I just like the way it looks. I'm more than happy to agree to disagree with those who don't think it looks appropriate. That's one of those things where it's my car and my choice on that kind of deal. I just really, really like the way it looks. Now, one of the issues that I'm having as I'm dealing with this car is sort of the misalignment of the trunk lid. It's been very difficult for me to actually line it up. And I keep taking it off and putting it back on and taking it off and putting it back on. And I'm thinking that I'm going to take it to a body shop and have them take a look at it because it may be misaligned because of being rear-ended. And I know the accident that occurred was on this end of the car. So that may have something to do with why I'm having such difficulty lining up the trunk lid, or it just could be my lack of experience dealing with any sort of body panel removal and installation that's causing me to have the difficulty there with getting that lined up as well as it should be. So that's where I am at this point. Now, obviously, there's always something to do when you're dealing with a car of this vintage. So I have ordered some lovely front and rear cross-drilled rotors that I'm waiting for the brake pads to arrive to have that bit of kit installed. and that's going to make a huge difference in the stopping power. I got a bit of a ridge on the front rotor where the brake pads are worn down some, so I definitely want to change that and get that done um, pretty soon. The brake indicator light hasn't come on, but when I was putting on tires or whatever, the guy noticed that my brake pads were low, and so that's something obviously I don't want to delay on. So going to get that done very soon. So this is just an update, just to put you guys in the know in terms of what I've done so far and the cost associated with it. The seats I bought for $100, and the leather conditioner and leather dye I purchased on Amazon. I think probably both those items probably ran me $30. I installed them myself, obviously. Let's see. The corner lenses were $30 for the pair, somewhere in that neighborhood. The Porsche lettering is more expensive than it need be. I think maybe $30 for the letters or $40 for the letters, something like that. So I'm trying to do this build as inexpensively as possible. So utilizing used parts wherever I can, and spending the money necessary for mechanical maintenance is really going to be where I'm going to spend like real money. I'm going to put it that way. Because again, the car is a salvage title. It's never going to be worth the money that I'm going to eventually wind up putting into it. So this car is definitely a keeper, and will be something that I'm going to be holding on to for quite some time. And I'll just do the mechanical maintenance that's necessary to keep it going. And I'm just going to enjoy this car for what it is. So until next time, got another video coming up where I'm going to do a bit of a rundown on all the different roadsters that I've had. And I hope you guys enjoy that. So please, if you are at all interested in this series of videos, please like and subscribe. And I will see you guys again in the very near future with that comparative video on all the roadsters that I've owned through the years. See you guys soon, and thanks for watching.